Out here on the Olustee Battlefield in Florida outside of Lake City. Here was fought on February 20th, 1864, the Battle of Ocean Pond under the immediate command of General Alfred Holt Colquitt, hero of Olustee. This decisive engagement prevented a Sherman-like invasion of Georgia from the south, erected April 20th, 1936 by the Alfred Holt Colquitt Chapter, United Daughters of the Confederacy, Georgia Division. There's a monument here. The Battle of Olustee was fought on this ground February 20th, 1864 between 5,000 Confederate troops commanded by General Joseph E. Finnegan and 6,000 Federal troops under General Truman Seymour. The Federals were defeated, a loss of 2,000 men. The Confederate loss was less than 1,000. Way to go, crackers. To the men who fought and triumphed here in defense of their homes and firesides, this monument is erected by the United Daughters of the Confederacy, aided by the state of Florida in commemoration of their devotion to the cause of liberty and state sovereignty. Florida might have to do that again before long. We got an out of control federal government, just like it was before. Don't believe the BS you're taught. It wasn't over what you think it was. Don't be a fool. They had slavery in the North. They wouldn't fought over that. Placed by the United Daughters of the Confederacy, Florida Division, in memory of Brigadier General Joseph Finnegan, commander of District of Middle and East Florida. So well did he perform his part that a signal victory on the Federals was won in the Battle of Olustee, February 20th, 1864. Again, this is outside of Lake City on Highway 90. Got a ranger up there. Park ranger station, lookout. Pretty little place. It's a nice little park. Take a look at those signs down there. Got a new visitor center and exhibits coming soon. That's gonna be pretty nice. You can see the current one. It's kind of just a little house-like thing. That'll be pretty nice, won't it? Path to the battle. Annual reenactment, second week in February. Huh. Olustee. Welcome to the Olustee Battlefield. Have you ever wondered what it must have been like to be a soldier during the Civil War, encounter these experiences along this 1-mile barrier-free trail, discover the Union and Confederate plans to defeat each other at the Battle of Olustee? Olustee Battlefield is an important part of our national heritage. It is illegal to collect artifacts or use metal detectors here. How about that? Okay. So they actually got the trail in the battle. How about that? Look at that. First Florida Cavalry. New York. What the heck? The heck is Carolina doing there? morning of February 20th, 1864 dawned clear and cool. The Union Army, commanded by Brigadier General Truman Seymour, set his forces in motion at 6 a.m. He and his command of 5,500 men and 16 cannons left Barber's Plantation near Pleasant Day, McElhenney, and crossed the St. Mary's River heading west. Confederate Commander Brigadier Joseph Finnegan and his force of 12 cannons and about 5,000 men were entrenched at Olustee, awaiting the Union arrival. After learning of the Union advance from Barber's Plantation, Finnegan ordered cavalry and infantry to advance and skirmish with the Union forces in hopes of drawing them to the Confederate earthworks. As the skirmishing intensified, Finnegan ordered General Colquitt forward to fill out the enemy's strength. Colquitt took immediate command at the scene and drew additional regiments from the earthworks at Olustee Station to form a battle line several miles ahead. Here the battle began, a stubborn fight at short range in an open pine barren. February 20th, 1864 started like any other day, but it would become the day of the largest battle fought on Florida soil. Olustee was one of the bloodiest battles of the Civil War. At 8 o'clock in the morning on the 20th instant, we were informed that the Yankees were advancing. A part of the brigade was immediately ordered to some rifle pits hastily constructed near hand, the remainder forming line of battle in open field. In this position, we patiently awaited the coming of the foe for an hour, when our general, who is a fair man, concluded to meet halfway. Letter from H.B. Athens, Southern Banner, March 1864. Marching left, the Union forces left Barber's Plantation at 6 a.m. expecting to defeat the Confederates 32 miles away in Lake City. If successful, the Union then planned to cut off railroad communications between East and West Florida by destroying the railroad bridge over the Suwannee River. Little did they know they would never make it that far. By early afternoon, the Union cavalry had driven the Confederate cavalry westward for several miles. As the Union neared the railroad station at Olustee, Confederate resistance grew stronger. Here is where the bloody 4-hour battle began. You can imagine when they was fighting out here, there ain't a whole lot of cover, just a whole bunch of trees. Pine barren trees. Imagine everybody out here fighting, firing and all. Fight or die. Unidentified soldier, Company E, 64th Georgia Infantry, Aiken Guards. In this world, it is best to be sure that you are right. Then go ahead. I am sure that we are in the right and that God is on our side. Follow me today, my men, and I will lead you to the enemy. Remember that honor of Georgia rests with you. Colonel Barrow of the 64th Georgia. Colonel Barrow had barely spoken these words when a Yankee bullet pierced his heart and he died without a struggle. When two armies met in force, the Union troops were positioned between two swamps, one stopping their advance and the other blocking their retreat. They could see for long distances. There was very little cover in which to hide. To the north was an old cleared field where later fighting would be severe. No one anticipated that Olustee would become a major battle. Neither side knew much about the battleground or their opponent, but each continued to send troops forward. Both sides were almost evenly matched, and at this point it was anyone's victory. Well, that's going to conclude my trip. They close at 5 and it's a few minutes before, so a lot of men died out here. 3,000 men died right here. 2,000 Yankees, 1,000 Confederates right on this soil.